Hey, what is up, investors? In this video, I'm going to be talking about Dogecoin because Dogecoin is no longer going to the moon. Dogecoin went to the moon, it landed, and now it is already taken off, and it's in interstellar space somewhere on its way to its next landing point. I know that sounds nerdy, but that's the way I am. But when I originally started investing in the Dogecoin was back in 2018. And at that time, it was literally worth fractions of a cent. And if I would have thought of Dogecoin as being more serious back then and not as a joke, like I said before, I would be talking to you guys from my yacht right now, but that's not the case, and I actually sold out of all my Dogecoin a while ago. So anyways, I want to talk about all that in this video. So as we get to it, if you guys don't mind, please do me a huge favor, and please be sure to smash the story and annihilate that like button, because that helps me out so much with the YouTube algorithm, and it really does. And it helps push these videos to more people that might find it interesting. Also subscribe if you have not already. And if you are interested in being a Patreon, I have one. I would greatly appreciate more Patreons and more people within my private Discord that is attached to it. Thanks to all the Patreons. All right, now let's get to this. Now, there's no doubt about it that people that missed out on huge gains of Bitcoin and Ethereum are now looking for these altcoins to do the same thing, which actually surprisingly they are. Which a lot of people are making pretty good gains on things like Dogecoin, which was just created to be a meme cryptocurrency that would eventually inflate itself to the point where it wouldn't have any value. But it's actually done the actual opposite thing, and it is going up in value, which is kind of ironic for the purpose that it was actually created for. Now, regardless of how many people out there on the internet and making YouTube videos are saying that you need to buy Dogecoin now, because eventually it's going to go to prices as high as Bitcoin, well, they don't know what they're talking about, because that's actually impossible. Because the way that Bitcoin was made was that there's the number of how many Bitcoins that can be mined each day will continue to shrink over time. Whereas Dogecoin, that's not the case. There's only 900 Bitcoins at the moment that can be mined every day, whereas there's 10,000 Dogecoins that can be mined every single minute. That's the difference in the price, and Dogecoin doesn't have any restrictions over time that it shrinks. But if you would have thought this time last year that Dogecoin would have gone up 100 times its value, you probably wouldn't have thought that that was possible. Now, for someone to say that Dogecoin can go to $1, $2, $3, that's something that is very possible that we can see Dogecoin doing if the interest in the Dogecoin was to continue, because there are 5.256 billion Dogecoin mined every year with the way that it is set up. So if there is enough people continuing to invest in the Dogecoin and buy it, then we can see the values going up even more, as long as there is that much interest in the market to keep doing so. But a big key piece of information that I haven't mentioned yet was that when Dogecoin originally came out, it came out with 100 billion coins to begin with. And then over time, eventually is when they set it to where 10,000 of its coins can be mined every single minute. And that is why Dogecoin has a market cap currently of over $50 billion. Now, when I first started buying Dogecoin was back in 2018, like I said, and at that time, it didn't even have that cool factor to it. And a lot of people didn't even really know what Bitcoin was that much even back then. They had an idea, but they didn't even understand it like they do now. Now, when I was buying Dogecoin, I would do $1 here, 50 cents here, 29 cents here. It was just fun and cool, and it was just something that I did for fun. Actually, even back then, it would just continue to go down in value just because there was so much of it in circulation. And it was a joke. It was like throwing money away in a way. And the funniest thing is that I got 390 Dogecoin for $1 the first time that I actually purchased it. And if I was to hold that to today, that first initial $1 would be worth $160. Now, some of you are probably wondering, do I have any regrets on selling my Dogecoin? And honestly, obviously, yes, I do, because like I said, it would be a much different situation. Now, even if I was to continue buying it as it was like a joke and just spending, $1 here, $1 there, and just keeping that going, all the way up until the point that Dogecoin went to even half a cent, that would have been awesome. But I sold the remainder amount of all the Dogecoin that I had in mid-March because at that time, Dogecoin had already gone up to higher levels and we saw a lot of pullback. And I thought it probably isn't going to go back up to much higher highs, more than likely. So I sold the remainder amount for under $350. Which also goes to show how unpredictable and the volatility of Dogecoin. Now, for all the people that were investing in the Dogecoin at this time, there became a lot of people that had a lot of FOMO in Dogecoin when this happened. And the people that thought Dogecoin was stupid back then still thought the same thing about Dogecoin during this time. And especially when there was even more FOMO that hit the market with Dogecoin, and it did this. Now, Elon Musk, when he tweets, he's responsible for a lot of the FOMO in Dogecoin and the fear of missing out, which is every time you post something, that's when we see the price in Dogecoin usually go up. But to give you a good example of the volatility of Dogecoin and why you should also be cautious of it, because we can see Dogecoin go up to levels that are closer to 50 cents per Dogecoin, but then also drop down to half its value and then go back up. It goes all over the place, and you have to keep that in mind. And something I should also point out about Dogecoin, when we do see a lot of this volatility in it, the trading platform Robinhood actually is another factor to think about with a lot of the volatility, because when we do see these big spikes in Dogecoin, we also see the trading platform Robinhood crash, which is something that we've seen happen a couple times so far, where they actually halt anybody from being able to buy and sell Dogecoin. And the way that Robinhood works is it's not a wallet, so you can't send the Doge anywhere else. It has to stay within Robinhood, and Robinhood actually holds a lot of all the Dogecoin that is out there within their Dogecoin exchange, or whatever you want to call it. It's not really an exchange, but they're holding a lot of it in there, and so they can help dictate what Dogecoin is actually doing by halting people from being able to buy and sell. So when it is getting all that momentum, we can see that happen. And then you can see the pullback happen with Dogecoin because people can't get in or out of it. So what would really help out Dogecoin getting to those numbers of like $1, $2 per Dogecoin would be other crypto exchanges like Coinbase starting to accept Dogecoin. That way there would be less reliance on Robinhood and less capabilities of them being able to halt the buy and sell of Dogecoin, because somewhere like 20% or maybe more of all Dogecoin is going through that platform right now. And so there are a lot of limitations with it, with them having such control. So if there was more possibilities to be able to buy it and be able to hold it within a wallet and be able to actually spend it, we will see Dogecoin go up to even more bigger highs than we already are. Now, obviously, seeing Dogecoin go to much bigger highs is just speculation, but it would be easier to see Dogecoin go to much bigger levels if Dogecoin had more of a transferable capabilities, other than where it's at right now with such limitations with the exchanges offering it. But anyways, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on Dogecoin. Now, I personally think seeing it go to $1, $2, or even $3 is something that is very possible in the future, as long as people continue to keep this momentum that is going on right now, and we see it more transferable. We see other platforms join in, and it's not so reliant within Robinhood. So I think that's very possible that we could see that. Now, I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on Dogecoin. Do you see Dogecoin going to much higher levels, and how high do you actually see Dogecoin possibly going? I would like to hear your opinions. And do you think that I should start buying back into Dogecoin? I'd like to hear your thoughts on that as well. So as always, everybody, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. New videos coming out on my channel all the time. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next video coming very soon.